In this video, I'm going to walk you through my go-to bearish strategy, the strategy I use to profit from crashes, from volatility spikes, and from just downtrending markets. It helps me protect my account, but also make money on the downside as well to give me more peace of mind and allow me to sleep at night. If the market crashes, I'm okay. In this video, I'm going to walk you through step by step what the strategy is, how it works, how to place it, when to enter, and when to exit. Does that sound good? All right, so diving into it, here is the back test behind it. And you might be saying, wow, Austin, this strategy sucks. And yes, it does suck. If you use a bearish strategy in all markets, you're going to lose. And you can see here when the market does drop, you can see these nice spikes. These spikes right here are $10,000 to $20,000 profit spikes, with this large one being a huge spike of about $50,000, $60,000 profits. You can see here, these spikes are when you should be entering the bearish trades. And so the first thing I want to cover before we dive into anything else is, how do we know when to turn on our bearish spots so we're not losing money for no reason? There's two big problems I see with most options traders. Number one, either they never have a bearish spot or never have a bearish strategy to protect the downside, or they have a bearish strategy, but they trade it all the time. There's only a certain time that you should be trading this. And what I do is I go onto indicators, which can be done on any charting platform, whether you're on your broker or trading view, whatever. On indicators, go to something, type in Bollinger Bands. This is a free strategy that everyone has access to. That you probably used before, but you've been using it wrong. What you want to go in here is go into the settings and change the length from 20 to 200. This shows us something very cool. This shows us our expected trading range. When we are inside of this band, that is normal trading activity. When we exit either the top side or the bottom side, that means that we are outside of our expected range and we're likely to pull back in. Meaning, if we break out to the top side or hit this zone, we're probably going to pull back. If we break out this bottom zone, we're probably going to bounce up. You can see, break here, down, hit here, down. So how do we use this? Well, in order to save us money and not be hedging 24/7, I hedge when I am particularly outside of this red line, but around this red line. These areas is when I am hedging. That way, I'm only hedging during points of time, points in the market where it is likely to pay off for me, so that I'm not spending money on pointless hedges that will never make me money and instead just lose me money. So the number one thing you can do to not lose money for no reason with hedges is to only put on hedges when you're at all-time highs or levels like this where the market is likely to pull back. Sweet. So that is when we enter. Now, what exactly is this hedge that I'm doing? There's two main ones that I use, but the one that I wanted to walk through in this video, because it's super simple and cheap, is what I call the cheap 14-day hedge. Now, what is the cheap 14-day hedge? It's simply buying a put 14 days out in the future. So again, I like to target about a 20 to 30 delta for my trade. I have a 14 DTE on that. It means I go 14 days in the future, and I hold this to about a 200 to 300% profit, and I allow a 100% stop loss, aka I'm okay with losing the entire position. I typically pair this with a really solid bullish strategy so that I have money coming in that I'm collecting from premium to help offset or pay for this hedge. So this hedge will give me about $2,000 worth of protection, which is amazing. And it will cost me anywhere from $250 to $350, let's just say $300. So putting on this hedge cost me $300, gives me about $2,000 of downside protection. And so this is great. Why? Because if I pair it with a bullish strategy that I can collect enough premium to cover the 300, then I'm basically getting a free hedge, which is awesome. And so that's how I do it. My go-to bullish strategy, if you haven't seen that video yet, is the 111 strategy, which gives me about a $900 profit per trade, and I have about a $4,000 loss per trade. So what this does is when I combine the two trades together, I actually get a thing like this. My profit then drops by 300 because that's how much the hedge costs, but my losses drop by 2,000. That means when I combine the hedge and the 111, or basically your bullish strategy with your bearish protection, like the cheap 14-day hedge, you get an insane ratio. I still get to keep my 90% win rate on the 111, which is the predominant trading strategy because that is what's making most of the money. And now my profit comes out to be about a $600 net profit, taking away the money that I paid for the hedge. But my losses drop down to only $2,000 instead of $4,000. Who here would like to have a 90% win rate where 90% of the time you're making 600 and the other 10% of the time you lose 2,000? That's an insane ratio, and that's what you're able to do when you pair both a bullish and a bearish together. Now, remember, you only want to be doing the bearish near this level, but that's how you do it. That is the cheap 14-day hedge. You can also do things like put debit spreads and whatnot, but the whole goal here is to make sure you're trading the right strategy in the right market. I've seen too many options traders get screwed, especially in the recent market, trying to trade one strategy, thinking it's some holy grail that will make money in all markets. Every strategy works, but it only works in one particular market. Trade bullish strategies in bullish markets, bearish strategies in bearish markets, and combine them when the market is uncertain. That is the idea behind the 4 core bots methodology and trading system that I put together. And I actually have a training on it linked down below. So check out that free training if you're interested. If not, I hope to see you in the next video.